Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome back here once again to another World Cup video. We are building up to the big tournament kicking off in June from Russia, and today I will be making my big World Cup predictions. I'll be going through the groups and then the knockout stages to try to see who is going to win this upcoming tournament in Russia. Now, first of all, guys, a lot of people have asked me, what are my preferences? Who am I going to be supporting at the World Cup? Is my nation there? Well, first of all, sadly, Wales did not qualify for the tournament. We did not get through to the World Cup, and that means basically that I am now looking for Barcelona players to really make a good impact. That's who I'm going to be behind in this World Cup. And of course, I think like a lot of us, we are looking at Argentina. I think every single one of us, even if your own nation is there, we all want to see Messi do well. We all want to see him potentially finally get his hands on this magical trophy. He wants it more than anything else. Argentina, of course, are desperate for that success as well. Can Messi do it? That is what we're going to be looking at in this video. Here come my predictions. Now, first of all, guys, please do not get sort of disappointed or even insulted, if I do put your nation at the bottom of a group or getting knocked out earlier than expected. This is the World Cup. Absolutely anything can happen. These are simply my predictions. They could be wrong. They may well be wrong. And obviously, you might know your own nation a lot better than I do, and you might know that you're capable of an upset. So these are my predictions. Everything is on the line here. This is the World Cup. Let's go. So I'm going to start here with Group A, including Egypt, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and the host nation, Russia. And I think very, very clearly in that group, Uruguay stand out to me. I think they're going to claim that first spot. I said it yesterday in my World Cup guide video. I think Uruguay could be comfortable at the top of that group. And I think you have to say right now, Egypt, they're going to come in second. I think it looks right now like Mohamed Salah can make anything at all come true. He can make things happen. If Egypt can give him the right platform, he can definitely get them through to the knockout stages. And then, to be honest, I'm very, very tempted to put Saudi Arabia in that third spot. They're one of the massive outsiders at this World Cup, but I just think Russia, they're not a good side, and it's actually debatable whether they would have even qualified if they had to go through the process. Obviously, they're the home nation, so they got in automatically, but if they did have to go through European qualifying, I'm not even sure they would have got this. So I am actually going to go Saudi Arabia and then Russia, the host nation. I've got them propping up the rest in Group A. Then we move on to Group B, which is also the group that I'll be covering for OneFootball's World Cup Guide. I'll have the first video of that little mini-series coming up tomorrow. But in this group, I think for sure Spain are going to come out on top. Spain under Lopetegui look absolutely brilliant right now, back to their very best. A lot of young talent, a lot of fresh talent, and they, for me, will be finishing first in that group. And then I think you have to go with Portugal. I think it's not going to be easy for them. I don't think it's going to be comfortable. I think Morocco are going to really push them. And even Iran, to be honest, I would not write anybody out from this group. I think Spain are going to be there right at the top. But Portugal, Morocco and Iran, none of those teams should be underrated. I think Iran are going to be very solid. They're going to give a very good account of themselves. And Morocco as well. They've got some dangerous players in their team that could definitely hurt these teams, all of them, Spain and Portugal. And it really is going to be difficult to see who gets that second spot. So I'm going to go Portugal, Morocco and then Iran. But I think there could only be a point difference there between all of them. And now we move on to Group C with Australia, France, Denmark and Peru, and I'm going to go quite clearly here with France to win this group. I think they've got what it takes there in that group, providing that France don't implode. And second here, it was between Denmark and Peru for me. I think Australia are going to prop up the rest, unfortunately, but it was between Denmark and Peru, and I am going to go with Peru to make it through. I think they could actually challenge France for that first spot, but Peru, fantastic in South American qualifying, a really united group, that team, and I'm going to go with Denmark in third, with Australia in fourth place in Group C. And then it is on to the big one, Group D, with Argentina and Lionel Messi's hopes riding on what they can do from this group. And I have to say, it's a really, really difficult group. Iceland, Croatia, Nigeria, all of those three teams, very, very able, very good players in each of them. And I have to say, there's some really good talent there, particularly Iceland. They stand out to me as a team who are so united. They will fight for every single ball. They will give their all every single second that they're in the World Cup. And look at their fans. They're going to enjoy every second of this. I am, though, going to stay with Argentina. I'm going to be confident in Lionel Messi, what he can do. I think they're going to win the group. And then, to be honest, it's anyone's guess. I am going to go with Iceland once again to upset the odds, create history, be an absolutely fantastic achievement if they could do it. I am going to back them to get out of this group. I'm going to go with Nigeria in third, and surprisingly, I'm sure it is for a lot of you, I'm going to go with Croatia there, finishing in fourth position. The reason for that is they've got a few political problems off the pitch that always seem to affect Croatia when they get to major tournaments. They've got a lot of good players in there, but whether they can get it all together, they weren't good in qualifying, they weren't consistent, and I think Nigeria are a very good side, and they will all be challenging for that second spot in what is a very close group. And now on then to Group E, where we have Serbia, Brazil, Switzerland, and Costa Rica, and once again, the clear favourite in this group, far and away, is Brazil. I think they're going to have a really good tournament, as we're going to come on to in the knockout stages. And in second here, I am going to go with Serbia. I spoke about them in my World Cup guide. I think they've got some really good players, they've got some good young talent, they've got some experience in there as well, and I think it's all set up for them actually with this group to go and have a really, really good tournament. In third, I'm going to go with Costa Rica, and then propping up the rest, I'm going to go with Switzerland. They've got some good players, but I just don't really see them cutting it at this World Cup, unfortunately. Then on to Group F, where we have South Korea, Germany, Sweden, and Mexico, and I'm going to go with Germany, of course, topping the group. So much talent. There really, really is so much depth right throughout that Germany squad, and right throughout their entire setup, really, in Germany. They're really doing things right. Then in second here, I'm going to go with Mexico, a team who are very established, very experienced at World Cups. They always provide a lot of energy, and I think they've got the goals to get them through. Lozano, certainly a man to watch for Mexico. In third then, I'm going to go with Sweden, a team who, without Zlatan, won't maybe have that star quality, but I do think they're very, very organised now. They're a real team, they're together, and I think there's not quite going to be enough, though, to get them through, and then propping up the rest, I'm going to go with South Korea. Then on then to Group G with Belgium, England, Panama, and Tunisia, and I am actually going to leave it in that exact order. I've got Belgium going through as top of the group. They've got so many good players in there. All of the core of their team are world-class talent. England in second. I don't really see them having a great tournament under Gareth Southgate, but they will get through this group. I'm going to go with Panama in third. I think they're going to fight for every single ball. They're going to enjoy the moment, enjoy the occasion, and Tunisia then propping up the rest in fourth in Group G. And then on to the final group, Group H, with Senegal, Poland, Colombia, and Japan. I think this is quite an open group, but I would certainly look at Colombia and Poland as being the two standout sides, and I am going to back Colombia to win this group. Another team, really, who lit up the 2014 World Cup. A lot of players in there with a lot of quality. You think of James Rodriguez, Radamel Falcao, two players there experienced on the world stage. They enjoyed fantastic times in recent times with Colombia. I'm going to go with them to top the group. Poland then in second with Robert Lewandowski leading the line. They will certainly get goals against the likes of Japan and Senegal. I'm going to go with Senegal in third, and then Japan in fourth. And that completes the group stages. We are now going to see in the knockout stages what happens. So this is where it really does get interesting. This is now the round of 16 stage, and first of all we have Uruguay against the runners-up in Group B, Portugal. And I am going to go here with Uruguay. I think they're such a good team. Every single World Cup, they really impress me. They've got some really good players. They've got a very solid defence, a good goalkeeper, and I think they will see out Portugal and make it there to the quarterfinals. Then France against Iceland. That's going to be a very interesting match, but I would go with France there. An abundance and talent. They've got some really good young players, the likes of Mbappe and Dembele. They will give them that edge in that kind of game. France going through the quarterfinals for me. Then moving on to Brazil against Mexico. I think that's going to be pretty one-sided. Brazil coming through that one. A lot of pedigree at World Cups. A lot of fantastic players. Neymar, hope that he's fully fit for the tournament. Coutinho, of course. Paulinho, our own man in that Brazilian midfield. And again, they have a sturdy defence too under their new coach Tite. Then it's over to Belgium against Poland. That could be an interesting match, but I would also back Belgium to get through that game with the abundance of the talent that they do have. Belgium and Brazil looks like a really, really interesting quarterfinal. Then Spain against Egypt once again could be quite one-sided, even though Salah will hope to have a point to prove in the knockout round, but Spain getting through that one. Argentina against Peru, a South American all round of 16 clash. Argentina will need to be at their best to get through that one, but for Lionel Messi's sake, I hope that they certainly can. Germany against Serbia. I think Germany coming through that one pretty comfortably with the quality that they have. And then Colombia against England. I am going to back Colombia in that sense to knock England out at the round of 16 stage. And now the fun really does begin. The quarterfinals now. Uruguay against France. That's a really, really difficult one for me. I really am a big fan of Uruguay. I think they can do big things in this tournament. But France, if they were under a different coach, I would back them actually to go all the way to the final. But under Didier Deschamps, I'm just really not sure what kind of France is going to show up. I am going to say here that Uruguay are going to beat France in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Then on to Brazil against Belgium. I'm going to go here with Brazil. I think Belgium have got a very good team, but I just think at World Cup level, especially with the form they showed in qualifying, Brazil will be setting up an all-South American semi-final there. Uruguay against Brazil is mouth-watering at the World Cup. And here's another fantastic clash. Spain against Argentina. We saw it a few months ago in a friendly match. That, of course, though, was 6-1 to Spain on the day, but I have to say, obviously, on that occasion, it was a Messi-less Argentina. They're a very different beast with Lionel Messi, but unfortunately, I have to say, I would still fancy Spain. I still think they've got the quality to get past Argentina. It would take a heroic effort to knock Spain out from Argentina's viewpoint. I'd love them to do it because, like I say, I want Messi to win the World Cup, but I just have to say right now, Spain, for me, would go through there. And then Germany against Colombia, I would back Germany to progress there. And those semi-finals are absolutely electric. Uruguay against Brazil, Spain against Germany, very, very exciting. And here are my picks for who gets to the final. I would say that Brazil would overcome Uruguay and reach the World Cup final. And then, of course, there's Spain against Germany, an all-European clash here. So much quality, so much talent, two fantastic teams. That there in itself could be a World Cup final, but I would go on the day with Spain to progress, setting up there for a Brazil against Spain final, and my pick to win the World Cup 2018 is going to be Brazil. I think that Brazil in 2018, with the qualifying form they showed, with the togetherness they have now under Tite, they've got a lot of organisation, they've got a lot of attacking flair, but they're also pretty solid defensively. I think they can transform that into tournament form. They can go a long way in the World Cup. They can gather that confidence, gather that belief that Brazil always have in World Cups, and I think they will overcome Spain in what could be an absolutely incredible final. But like I said, guys, these are simply my own predictions. And like I said, a lot of them could turn out to be absolute rubbish. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Who do you think is going to make the final, the semi-finals? Who is going to be the surprise package of these tournaments? Let me know all your World Cup thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you very, very soon indeed with more build-up videos. Thank you very much for watching. But until next time, as always, it's the World Cup!